Yeah. Two. Yeah. Aye.
Yacht over money.
I'm jacking the beat, you calling the cops. The yapping is cheap, I call you the ops. The rapping is hating, it's all cause of pop. You get a leak for the ball, get a drop. Feel like I'm wrong when I double it back, cause I'm making it harder to catch that. But I covered the ticket, I call you to visit. You tipping and hit up the cash app. Baby girl, been around for it, yeah. In the old days, I was stuck in old ways. Never really trying to flip the old page. Young man tripping at an old age. Thinking I was flicking, had a low wage. Led the broad days, then a slow praise. Thinking it'd be different, it would gon' change, then it really didn't. It's a cold game, yeah. Hey, all I really wanted was the money in the pocket. Got over money, but the money ain't the topic. Like Bill Doe and the money gotta stop it. Kid need food and the whip need juice. I'ma get these views when the
What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
What it do, baby? It's your partner Dale and Cliff back at the saddle again, guys, and welcome to another edition of Real Estate Friday. Trading Cliff, man, what's going down with your big dad? What's going down, baby?
Man, doing good, man. Another good week.
Good week, man. Man, did we get the bag? Did we get the bag?
Man, got check this morning, man. Always.
Hey, baby, hey, man, we got a big check coming, Doc, which is cool, and we did get the bag as well. That cash flow bag, guys. So, man, guys, let's jump into this thing, man. Number one, Cliff, man, tell everybody what's going on in the market, man. How you doing, brother, man? What's going down, man? What's going on? Holler at the people.
Yeah, the market moving like I said, sideways. Interest rates, they going up. We've got a lot of issues that's going on with especially higher end properties. They sitting on the market, days on market are going. I actually saw one go for the first time in a while where it's actually selling in about 5 months.
Woo! So
Starting
what
to
you
see
mean?
that rise. So
So you mean to tell me the days on market are not rising up even more now?
yeah.
What's the average days of the market for a property $300,000 and below, or 350 and above?
So yeah, 300,000 and below, you're still looking under 3 months. So I'd probably say 30, 40 days.
Okay, so those are kind of turning a little bit, which is cool. What about
Right.
anything over 300,000?
Or 300,000, you're probably going to look at probably close to 3 months,
3 months.
three,
Okay,
4 months.
let's go 500,000 and above.
500,000 above, you're probably still going 4 to 6 months.
Okay, let's see 700,000, and then a million plus.
So you're still probably looking at 4 to 6.
Okay,
Yeah, for most of that. Once you get above 700,000,
yeah.
you're still looking at 4 to 6 from depending on what part of the city.
Okay.
Hmm.
And that actually makes a lot of sense because the cost of capital is gotten pretty high, correct?
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man. The cost of capital has gotten really high. So therefore, what 24 months ago, 12 months ago, I believe it was 12 to 24 months ago, you could borrow at 2, 3, 4%, right? Now
Right.
the par rate is about 8%. So if you have a 680 to 699, 700 credit score, if you go on FHA, you're paying anywhere from 7.85 to 8%. That is a FHA mortgage now. If you are conventional, 5% and more down, 5, 10, 20% down, the strange thing about it is that you actually paying a higher interest rate. Strange. So it's less risky to the bank because you're putting more money down, but the rate is going higher because of the fact that in their minds, you're a little bit more of a risk. Because on the FHA side, guys, what's happening is that the government is involved and the government is guaranteeing the loan. On a conventional mortgage, that ain't the case. Am I right, Cliff?
Right. Exactly. Yep.
So that's the reason why you see the rate discrepancies there when it comes to that as well. Now, because of the fact that rates are at an all-time high, and there's another rate hike coming, I believe, in if it's September and October. Am I right, Cliff?
Yep. One coming.
Another one coming, guys. So you may look at it maybe 8.5, maybe 9% par rate for a FHA loan. Cliff, that is sick, bro. That's crazy town,
Crazy.
man.
And this
Crazy
happened
town.
in 12 months. In 12 months. It's not like this taking 3 years or something. No, in 12 months. We went from one of the lowest markets to one of the highest markets in the last 30 years.
Yeah, guys. If you're watching on any other platform, Instagram, what it may be, you're going to want to share this one, guys, because we're going to answer the question: why are the home prices actually dropping, right? And the opportunity that you could actually make because of what's going on. And we're going to kind of give a prediction of what we see what's going to happen in 2024 and beyond. It's going to be rough for those that are not in the right sphere of wise counsel, but phenomenal for those that are ready to move quickly. Okay. So, man, Cliff, let's dive into the video real fast, guys. Again, home prices are dropping. Let's look at how they're dropping real fast, guys. All right. Let's see what's going down real quickly. Let's see what's up. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Boom.
Sellers are cutting the price once again in the U.S. housing market, with home prices likely to go down for the rest of 2023.
Wow.
With new data from Realtor.com showing that in July, median list prices in America's housing market went down by 1.1% on the month. Similar decline to what we saw last year before the bottom fell out on the housing market. And the reason prices are heading back down is because buyer demand has absolutely collapsed over the last couple months. With Redfin now reporting that their home buyer demand index is down 5% year over year at its lowest level going back to 2020.
That's crazy.
Moreover, mortgage applications to buy a house just plummeted to their lowest level since 1995. And thus,
I see a lot, Cliff. I have a lot of good friends that are mortgage bankers or loan officers in that space of originating loans. Their business has just stopped. A lot of them just do a lot of non-QMs. A lot of them are leaving the profession of loan origination. Do you see the exact same thing, Cliff? Can't hear you, Doc. We can hear you.
Yeah, same thing in appraising and realtor. So I have a good friend who's a realtor, and she now works for Zillow. She had to get a job because
Wow.
and she was killing it. I mean, she had a good. It was her and her husband. They had a big business. You know, she was spending almost $10,000 a month on marketing.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
order to get that same productivity, that number has almost tripled. She would have to spend 30,000 now to try to earn what she was trying to earn before. And at that point, it
Wow.
doesn't make sense.
It don't make no sense at all, guys. It's getting y'all. It's getting real out there. It's getting very real out there, guys. And for those that don't lack the skills to pivot into the right type of opportunity or into even know that there's opportunity out there, it's gonna be kind of tough for you guys. But let's keep going. Let's see what we're talking about.
no wonder we're seeing sellers in the U.S. housing market begin to cut the price, especially in certain cities across America, everyone. I'm going to talk about the top 10 cities where sellers are cutting the price later in this video, but just to give you a little preview, you can see it's the areas in red on this map. This is where the sellers are getting most antsy and desperate to cut the price. You can see it's a lot of places in Texas.
Wow.
It's some places here in Arizona, Utah, as well as a market like Nashville in the Southeast, where we're seeing more and more listings on Zillow with pretty hefty price drops and motivated sellers. So ultimately, everyone, I think a lot of people got tricked and fooled in the housing market over the last couple months because in the spring and early summer, there was lots of news reports about a recovery occurring in the housing market. And in fact, we did see prices go up in the spring. The same data from
So, Cliff, wasn't that the same thing we were talking about last week when it came to the Fed chairman saying, now we're going to go off of data now? And so I asked the question, I said, so what were we going up before? Your word? Yep. So now, like I was saying, last year, before the White House, it was the bullshit. Now here's reality. Are you still going to continue to believe what they tell you or what the facts say? Am I off base, Cliff? What do you think?
No, if you go off what they tell you, what happens when they lie? You get fooled. If you only go off the information that's available, you can't be fooled because that's the information available.
That's it. It's time to get a book and read, guys. It's time to widen the circle and get under some teaching. You don't know everything. We don't know everything. That's why we have counsel around us, right? It's just time to do that. If not, be okay with being fooled. It's okay. Let's keep going, guys. We almost done. Let's keep going.
Data from Realtor.com did show monthly price increases in March, April, and May. However, what people forgot is that home prices go up every spring. The housing market is very seasonal, and sellers are always optimistic in the spring and increase their list prices and then end up dropping them in the fall and winter. And this seasonal trend is something that even occurred back in 2007 and 2008 during the beginning stages of the biggest housing crash of all time. Now, of course, the prices are going down again, the buyer demand is in the tank, and we're seeing a big headwind come from mortgage rates and interest rates because, as you guys know, these mortgage rates have been increasing over the last year and a half. They went from 3% to 7%, but in fact, they've increased by even more over the last couple weeks because we have a big issue right now, and that's the fact that the U.S. government just got downgraded on their ability to pay the debt. Fitch downgraded the U.S. government from AAA to AA+, and that downgrade has now caused Treasury yields, the amount that the government has to pay to borrow on the debt, to go up, with the 10-year Treasury increasing from about 3.8% in the middle of July all the way up to about 4.15% today. And that increase in Treasury yields and how much the government has to pay to borrow is now causing mortgage rates to go up by more, with the 30-year fixed mortgage rate hitting 7.15% today, which is frustrating news for home buyers. You're not going to get any immediate relief from mortgage and interest rates, and I think the reason is because all that borrowing that the U.S. government has done over the last 10 to 15 years and a couple years especially is now catching up with it. For instance, the total public debt in America held by the government is now all the way up to $31.5 trillion. That's more than triple the level it was in 2008, which is, I think, now.
That's crazy, Cliff. The $31 trillion in debt. And the debt that they actually are originating, guys, the Fed or the Treasury is what they're doing is they're expanding their balance sheet and buying back those same T-bills. So they're originating notes and then buying them back themselves. What business on the planet makes a good or service, and then buys it back from themselves? And they're successful. Cliff, you know of a business like that at all?
No, it's what this is the system, and I would say this is probably one of the key parts that everybody misses, who's not in business, who is not understanding. Our entire economic system is based on the idea that prices will always go up, always. So what you want to do is own the things that will go up. Real estate being the number one thing. You can't make more land. So you can print all the money you want to. You can't make more land. That's why the price will always go up. That's why you want to own real estate.
Every single time. So, like personally, guys, I don't own any stocks or bonds. Cliff is different. Cliff owns some stocks, and that's cool. That's nothing wrong with that at all. Cliff knows how to navigate those ones. I do too. I just choose don't do. I like tangible assets that I can feel, touch, taste. Mine, a business or real estate. That is me. Because when those fools up there at the federal, county, city, or state make bad decisions, I'm preparing for those fools because they're gonna make some dumb decisions. Hence, they're telling you everything is going great. It's going fine. We have a world economy. If that's the case, as the Bible says, and you will know them by their fruits. Look at the fruits of the economy. Does those fruits show you a healthy economy? I help you out. Hell no. Let's stop the cap, y'all. If not, don't worry about it, baby. I'll see you at the auction, and I and Cliff will be buying your crib. And I mean that sincerely. No cap. Am I right, Cliff?
Oh yeah. I mean, and we just saw a chart that showed exactly, man. This is some of this stuff is basic. You saw that in the spring prices are up. In the winter prices are down. When do we get aggressive? When prices are down. And then we sell them when prices are up. It's simple. I love to buy in the wintertime. I've gotten some of my best deals in the wintertime when I know the price is gonna go right back up in the summer, and the house that was worth 200 grand is gonna be sold for about 215.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
That's it, guys. That's the reason why, excuse me, we do this training on Friday, guys, is we give you just the principles to create an appetite. Okay, I want to learn more and more and more. And don't be afraid, guys, of actually paying somebody, it doesn't have to be us, somebody to counsel you. Just don't buy a course. What I would do is I would ask them to teach you as you trying to get the bag. So when it comes to training, me and Cliff thought it was wiser for us to have an on-demand type of training, right? So that we can best utilize both your time and our time. So we can teach you how to locate a distressed property, go out and fish. Come back, we can joint venture together, which is fine, or not, or get wise counsel. That's fine. We'll even give you the money to buy the property. Let me say that again with my chest out. We'll actually give you the money to actually buy the property. It's that simple, guys. So you learn while you getting the bag. A lot of these infopreneurs, not entrepreneurs, infopreneurs are just selling courses. A lot of them ain't bought no real estate at all. Not one piece of real estate. Be careful. Be careful. Cliff, we're actively in the market. I'm not surprised it's happening. I actually told everybody, me and Cliff did, I would say, that hey, it's gonna get worse. We were told that we were fear mongering. We know what we were talking about. We were told all of this stuff, and I just said, unfortunately, you gotta learn by experience. And here's the experience. I hope you're learning something now, because we're ready. We ready. I mean, we're actively. Cliff, how many properties we looking at in one time? We looked at an apartment complex. We looked at 2 SFRs. We have we're doing a new construction project in Starkville. We got another looking at in Austell, Georgia. Right. We also we sent out one of our GCs out there, James out there, to Starkville to look at even building some more apartment complexes on the campus of universities. Yeah, we about that action, boss. So we ready? Are you? Because it ain't getting. When house prices are dropping, I smell opportunity. I'm predicting there's going to be a lot of foreclosures coming up unless the government does another moratorium and said you can't foreclose on it. If they do that, that's going to destroy the market. It's going to destroy it. It is. But that's okay. We still wait because we stay ready. Because those same banks that cannot foreclose on the properties, no problem. We're going to come to them and buy those properties for a deep discount on the note. We know we bought that action, boss. We ain't playing no games. Playtime is over. If you want to play, go outside and dribble basketball. It's time to get serious right now. Because right now, 3 generations are depending upon you. And if you sitting back, chilling, drinking, having a good little time, not in the bunker planning, don't you worry about it, baby. All of your retirement money, all of your properties, what you are not stewarding over correctly, don't worry about it. We'll come buy it from you for a deep discount. Not from you, from your lenders. You'll be out of the way. I'm just keeping it in the bank. Cliff, am I off? God, let me know, big dog.
Nah, I mean it's that's the way the market is right now. It's probably the worst we've seen since 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. The problem is that nobody can make a ton of good predictions right now because
Okay.
we're at the highest rate. They may raise rates again,
Mm-hmm.
and what's going to happen? I'm predicting that they're going to cut rates because I don't think that where we're at is sustainable. If they say that we're going to stay at these high rates, what you're saying is you're going to slow growth for years.
Okay.
I don't think that politically you can do that. I don't think that economically that we could do that. So I think
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be forced to cut rates in order to
Okay.
try to get some of the economy moving again,
Mm-hmm.
or else we're going to get stuck.
I can see that rationale, and I see the questions on Instagram from Asia and my man Scott. What's up, Scotty? I see you big time. The voice of HBCU sports. That's my dude, man. I can see that. I would say them actually cutting rates will be a political move. It'll be a political move because of the fact that it's going to get a lot worse. They will have to cut the rate. So I can agree with you with that concerning, hey, so we're going to get stuck. And so you're going into election season. Now all the games begin to happen. So if they cut the rates, I can see that. But the problem I see about doing that is because of all of the manufactured printing by Congress and the administration branch. What's going to happen is you have in the Inflation Production Act as well as the CHIP Act, there's still $1 trillion that has not been spent yet. It's just sitting there chilling. Ain't went nowhere. So then you cut the rates, right? All this new money comes in. Where's it going to go? You have to cut rates and taxes and regulations to begin to even everything out. If you just cut rates and keep the taxes high as well as regulations high, you're going to kill the market because the money has nowhere to flow. But if you cut the rates as well as the regulations as well as taxes, money can begin to flow through the private sector. If that makes it, does that make sense, big dog?
Yeah, that makes sense. Because that's the whole point of the economy. So I think they're going to try to cut to find the middle ground
Yeah,
in order to try to still have rates be higher than they were before, but
yeah.
not where they are now because they wanted to slow the economy. So I think, like I keep
Mhm.
saying, you're probably at 8% now. I think by this time next year, maybe not next year, but I think we're going to go and settle around 5%, 5.5% for average mortgage.
Yeah, I see a little bit higher. I see around like I think 6 to 7% is going to be the norm.
Okay.
It's going to be the norm because there's so much excess cash in there. You got to think about it. The budget for 2024 that President Biden has actually put with the Congress, it's $7 trillion. $7 trillion. Where's it going to go? Now I know they can spend it over 4, 5, 6, 7 years, but there's still going to be money spent up front. Where's it going to go? Where's it going to go without cutting taxes and regulations? Where it going to go? That's all I'm saying is the buffoonery. You got people up there in the government that lack real world experience, making decisions off of theory, which unfortunately theory does not pay the bills. Actual real world experience does. If that makes some sense. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, I think that's a big one. Yeah, like the biggest problem I have is the people they don't put as much value
Mm-hmm.
in real world experience. And I put it
Mm-hmm.
this way: if you had a Harvard doctor to give you surgery, you need
Yeah.
a heart surgery.
Yeah.
So you go to a high educated doctor. He's never done a surgery before, but he's very
Mm-hmm.
smart.
Yeah.
Would you go to him or would you go to somebody else who's not a doctor at all, but he's done 1,000 heart surgeries? You'd go to the man who's done 1,000 heart surgeries, not the man who's highly educated in heart surgery,
Yeah.
the man who's
Yeah.
done them. And
Yeah.
that's why that's more valuable.
That's why I'm gonna brag on my man Scotty from Off Script, and as we see the questions from a credential standpoint, you could probably find somebody that actually has a little bit more credentials than Scotty does. But when it comes to execution, entertainment, education, knowing his craft, ain't nobody better than HBCU sports. I say in the media, sports media, ain't nobody better. Why? He's been in the trenches. He's been there. I would partner with Scotty in a second over someone that just got out of Harvard and got a degree. I'll do that all day long. If that makes some sense. But we got some questions, guys. We got one from on Instagram that says, "What are the interest rates looking like?" 8%. 8%. Another one, Cliff, is if you're looking to buy a single family residence to live, should we wait? It depends on. Okay, I'll answer this question, and Cliff, you answer the questions your way. It depends on your strategy. What I mean by strategy, if you're okay with potentially paying a higher rate, and you are hoping to refinance down to a low rate, because that's the play. Realtors, LOs to get a loan written, they'll say, just buy high right now and then refinance next year to a lower rate. Folk followed that 24 months ago, and now what? That's called an invest and hope strategy. Trash. But if you're okay with paying a higher rate and you can generate enough money to pay the higher rate, do it. That's fine. But be okay with paying a higher rate. Would you agree, Cliff?
Yeah, I mean it does come down to your situation. For me, I say no
Mm,
but I feel like I know what I'm doing. I know how to be
mm,
patient and still get the good deal. So
mm,
for most people, I would say go when you can. Buy
mm.
when you can, what you can. You know, if you're playing the 30-year game, you can't really go wrong buying when you can.
Sure,
So
sure.
that's what I would think is for most people is do that. If you want to wait, that's fine.
Hmm.
So I recognize that I'm waiting. But when the rates drop, I know that it drops for everyone.
Yes.
So not only are they cheap for me, they're cheap for Dale. They're cheap for
Yeah.
everybody. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have competition, and the
Yeah.
prices may go back up.
That is correct. Guys, on the investor side, the fix and flip investor side, this here. Um, and if you have a VA loan, VAs are probably one of the best products right now when it comes to getting a loan because it's 100% financing, and you can go over $1 million easily. Here's what I do if you have a VA loan, right? As you are negotiating the acquisition of your new price point, I will get either the seller, the seller's agent, and or your agent to credit some of the commissions back to you to buy down the rate because you get 100% financing and you pay zero closing costs. It's you walk in and sign it. So that's what I would do to get down to a 5.5% interest rate. I think the VA product right now is probably the best loan product on the market
Oh yeah, all day.
all day long. And thanks for those who have it. Thank you so much for your service. Um, let's see. It says you can always on Instagram. Asia said you can always refinance the interest rates go down. Correct. Well, Asia, yes, you can, but that's an invest and hope strategy, right? If you're buying right now and hoping that the rates go down, okay. Are you okay with taking a gamble? If you're okay with it, that's fine because you already factored into your cost paying a higher rate, and you can actually make more money to pay that rate, pay that month payment. If you're okay with that, that's fine. And the rates come down, cool. But don't make your whole plan based on okay, I'm gonna pay the rate for 1 year at this rate. No, it's gonna come down next year. That's a terrible strategy, horrible strategy. Because if it don't,
Yeah, whatever the when you buy the house, whatever that monthly payment is, just think like it's gonna be like that forever. If it
yes,
drops, that's good, great.
yeah,
But don't plan on that happening because you also forget when you refinance, there's two problems. Number one,
mm,
you gotta bring money to the table.
yes,
Somebody gonna need some money, right? So that's thousands of dollars right there. Number two, you may not be able to refi. They don't refi at 95%. If you only put
hmm
5% down, you can't refi at 95%. You're gonna have to come down probably to 80% is where
yeah,
they'll let you refi. That
hmm
may be years of what you may have. The interest rate may be low, but you're at a 92% LTV, so you
yes.
can't refi.
And also, if you got to factor in, what if the value of your property drops? Now what? You're stuck like Chuck now. There's a lot of things you got to factor into this equation and not just the rate. Okay. I think realtors and loan officers have done a terrible job at miseducating a lot of the masters to make all the decisions based on a rate. No, factor in the rate, factor in the after-pay value, the current value, the trends of the values, factor in all of those variables and then make a wise decision. Don't let someone's commission drive your decision. That makes some sense? But we got a question, Cliff, on Instagram. It says from Asia. It says, what gives the best return, a flip or an Airbnb or a Vobo? Well, what do you think, Cliff?
I mean, straight up is a flip, but
For
it's the
sure.
most risky.
Mm,
And, and Airbnb right now is risky as well
yeah.
because the problem with a Airbnb is it is not like a typical rental. It's more like a
Mm-hmm.
business, like owning a restaurant. You've got
Mm,
to turn it. You've got to have customer service on a consistent basis. You've got exterior bills like water, electricity. You've got a lot more upkeep than you would a traditional renter where
yeah.
I just rent it out and that's it.
Yeah. He's right. And Cliff has actually owned Airbnb. I'm not a big fan of Airbnbs. That's just me. I think the model, if run properly, is a great model. I don't run it at all because I don't want to run. I don't want to run a hotel. That's just not me. That's just not me. Now, if you know what you're doing, do it. No problem. Because Verbo and Airbnb is kind of the same model, just different names, realistically. But if you buy right, and I say right, which are knowing the numbers, a flip is a lot easier and I think less riskier because you have several different strategies. You can buy and flip, buy, refinance rate and term. If the value comes back at par, right? Or you can buy, renovate, refinance the long-term debt because you know your numbers and you will right on the negotiating down to a good price point, a good purchase price point. At the refi, cash out, you can take on some money at the house, money down, and your rate will come down lower because typically fix and flip interest rates are around like 10.25%, 11%. That's A paper. That's A paper. B paper, you're looking at a lower LTV and a high rate. Can you sustain that payment and also are your numbers negotiated so well that you can take that hit on the LTV? That makes sense? That's how I would do that. Cliff, man, these are good guys. These are great questions, guys. And also, guys, I don't know if you guys saw anything at all, but J.P. Morgan Chase, and I'll try to find it, but J.P. Morgan Chase says this here. I'm gonna try to find it real fast, Cliff, man, because of the fact that it was so good, man. What they did, no, I ain't gonna be able to find it. Damn, I'm gonna be able to find it. Am I? No, I'm not. Damn, no, I'm not. Oh well. Well, J.P. Morgan Chase, guys. If you go to my stories on Instagram, guys, J.P. Morgan Chase, they're one of their chief economic advisors, came out and said that they expect a recession. We're already in recession, but they expect a recession by the end of this year, and that recession is going to be a pullback in credit to the marketplace. I saw this coming because the small tier and regional banks, they make their money by giving loans out. Well, those loans a lot of them have stopped giving a lot of those loans. The volume of loans that have been given out has been slim to none because they'll give those loans out and then they'll sell them on the secondary market. That's how they're able to use it as a kind of a line of credit, so to speak. It's not happening that much at all anymore. At all. Those big tier banks, the big fives, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citi, Truist Bank, these guys make money on loans, which is fine, but they make their money in the market. They killing the market. They killing it. They got mortgage-backed securities. They got all that stuff, man. Different beast versus a regional to small town bank. Would you agree, Cliff?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the big boys play a different game.
Yeah.
Small and regional, they each have their own benefits, so they kind of maximize those. So banks right now are thinking, why would I take? You have to understand, if I'm a bank and I have excess cash, I could lend to a market that looks like it's stagnating or falling, or I can buy bonds at 5%.
Mm. Mm. And those
I'm buying
bonds
bonds
are those bonds guaranteed by the government?
guaranteed.
No risk.
That's what the rich are doing. The rich are pulling their money out of the banks and buying bonds, saying, I can take risk. If I got 30 million, I'm going to take 25. I'm going to take 25 million and buy guaranteed 5% for the next year, 2 years. What? No fluctuation. I don't have to deal with the stock market. 5% guaranteed.
And a lot of them, what they're doing also is they're doing that, then borrowing against that and buying back their stocks. So you're seeing a lot of fake success in the stock market. All they're doing is buying back their own stock.
That's genius. Yeah. So you buy a bond, then you leverage that bond to go buy stocks, of which you can leverage that to go buy real estate.
Yes. We'll send you a check in the mail, y'all. You just got some game. You got some game, guys. But man, guys, let's talk on this real fast. We talked about a lot about bad news. Now here's some good news. How can you make $5,000 to $10,000 in 30 days? That's a quick amount of time in today's market, Cliff. Right? 30 days is quick.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
in your opinion, what is the quickest way for a seasoned, a mid-seasoned, or a novice investor to make a quick $5,000 to $10,000 in 30 days?
The probably the most straightforward way is through wholesaling.
Oh, okay. So, what is wholesale investing?
Wholesale, basically, you're selling rights. If Dale owns a property, I say, Dale, I'll buy it from you for 100,000. I get a contract that says I am buying it for that price. Now that I own that contract, I can turn around and sell it to John for 105,000, and I get the difference.
Mm, mm, mm. That is correct. What's going on, Judas? How you doing, big time? That is correct, man. So basically, what you're saying is someone can get a property under contract, right? At the proper,
Hmm.
knowing the numbers, have a takeout buyer in place. Let's just say Cliff gets a property under contract for $100,000, right? I am looking to buy real estate, whether I want to buy and flip or buy and hold. Cliff knows I'm looking to buy real estate. And then Cliff says, "Dad, I got a property in said town. I'll sell it to you at for $105,000." So Cliff has it on the contract for $100,000, right? He would get puts on the contract for me at 105. I've made once we close, he's made how much? $5,000. Cliff, do you have anything at risk?
No, no
And how
money at
fast
risk.
can someone like myself close on a property like that?
Oh, we close 2 weeks.
So if you do that twice in a month, you've made 10 grand. That's it. Go ahead.
I've done this. Dale's done this.
Yes.
I, I'm telling you, when I first started off and I had done this, I was like, man, I knew the theory, and closing came, and I got that check, 5 racks. You know what I did
Mm-hmm.
that day?
Mm.
Went and looked for another one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because people
Yeah.
like me, I've done wholesaling before. I'm not a big wholesaler at all now. I like holding on to assets. So if a wholesale investor, um, for them, I am a dream for them because I'm looking to buy something actively and often. And so all I say is, Cliff, I'm looking for a property, a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2 car garage, between this price point. I don't mind doing any renovations. Renovations budget between $25,000 to $30,000. I want a good ARV. My price point is between, let's say, 100,000 to 150. Hey, find something for me. So Cliff knows all that I'm looking for. Now Cliff goes and finds that. Once Cliff's done something, he can do that. Now, Cliff, is there a way for them to actually make money before they close as well in the wholesale investment type of scenario?
You can do that by taking a different option fees that
Mm-hmm.
you could take for the ability to sign on the contract. You in real estate, when they have a contract, they'll have spaces on there where you could write anything you want. I've had
Yes.
pianos that I saw the house I liked. I saw there was a piano in there. I said, you don't need to move that. It's an old piano. I'll take it. I got a piano put in there. I've had people try to give me cars. They say, oh, there's an old car in the back. You want it? You could write that in the contract. Get you a
Sure
car.
can.
You can write
Sure
anything you
can.
want to in that contract.
I bought a house in Florida, and I walked into the house. And after we bought it, I didn't put any information in the contract. I did not. But I walked in, Cliff. They had I walked in, and it was 3-story. It was the one in Florida. It was 3-story, and I walked in, and they have a laundromat, a big old laundromat in the house. And what tripped me out is they had one of the most high tech wash and dryers I've ever seen in my life. It was so quiet. When I bought the house, those were mine too. They probably cost about 2-3 grand a piece. Both a
Hmm.
piece, not together, a piece. Quiet as hell. Quiet. I just said, this is crazy town. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. So with wholesaling is the fastest way for you to make a quick $5,000 to $10,000. So you have to be really good at locating, guys, distressed properties. You have to learn how to do that. Once you've done that, guys, hey, me and Cliff, we'll buy from you. If you want to buy and hold, we'll partner with you as well. Also, we do all that for you. Ain't no problem, baby. We in the same boat as you are. Real simple, guys. It's not hard at all. So that is the reason why, guys. People always ask us all the time, LaDale, can you and Cliff train us? No problem. We can, guys. But here we have something called the Cash Flow Club bundle. You have how to buy and for property in I think it's 90 days. We also have subject to investing. We have how to locate distressed properties. We have how to put together a power team. Everything you need to know is in this course here, and it's on-demand training, so that instead of you paying money for a course, so to speak, you're getting training for $99. You get access to all of the training, every course, and the spreadsheets, all there, and we teach you how to find a deal. So then you can bring a deal. And we can say, okay, let's look at the deal. And you make money while you're getting the bag. Would that be right, Cliff?
Exactly. I mean, this is probably the best. I don't know. For me, it's an amazing deal. I mean, for $100, you're getting training, you're getting one-on-ones, in a group setting. Basically, you're getting
Yes,
your questions answered directly. I mean, the question really isn't $100 is not what we're talking about.
exactly.
It's what are you looking to do?
Yeah,
Are you going? Are you looking to go get it? If you are, this is you $100 away. If you're not, it's okay. You can sit back and listen and try to make it on your own. I've tried to do that too and made many
yeah,
mistakes.
yeah,
But the truth is, are you trying to get it? That's
yeah.
re- that's that's really what it comes down to. If you are, you $100 away from like some basic steps that you could take.
And think about it, guys. To sit down with us one on one, and to sit down and counsel us one on one, guys. I mean, it costs about 10 grand to get us one on one. 10 to 20 grand, depending on what you were looking for. Because we're giving you the entire portfolio. We're giving you the entire game. Entire game. We can do that no problem. Or $99. You get us on demand. Anytime you want, on demand, and also monthly community discussions on how to get the bag, how to locate properties, how to buy properties in your local town. We talk about that as well. Also, how to structure it the right way, how to choose a title company, how to choose the right realtor. Do you really need a realtor at all? What contract should I use? Is there a universal contract? Should I use what they call a promulgated contract in my state? There's so many type of answers, guys. So many type of questions. Real estate is probably the toughest industry to make money in, not because it's difficult, because there's so many variables involved, right? And you have to be at a high skill level. But once you get around the right counsel and begin to grow in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, oh, the world is yours. Because now all you're looking for is how to solve problems. Your whole purpose when it comes to real estate is, what problem can I solve today? You're looking for problems. That's why we talked about home prices dropping. Wow. So we're saying there's problems. There's problems. Let's get solutions. Let's get solutions. So that's what's going on, guys. And guys, it's $99, $100. If you got $100, bro, something wrong. You really need to change. You need to change for real. For real. Let's stop the cap. Stop it. All right. But Clip, man, that's all I have for today, man. Man, you want to add anything, man, before we get off your dope?
Nah, that's it. I mean, I think we said everything. Y'all know what's going on. It's just about taking that next step, man. But nah, I think this was a good week. We're gonna have it even better next week. We're trying to close on one. Matter of fact, got a contract today, so we're gonna try to get that thing locked up. That's number one. And looking at a duplex already. Got another one
Mm,
that I'm looking
mm.
at, so we're gonna reach out to that. So it's time. It's time. We moving and shaking right now.
We are moving and shaking, guys. And for those on Instagram, guys, if you can't scan the QR code, no worries. Just go to the link in my bio and you'll see it right there. It's right there, guys. And also, guys, we've been asked, would we do another master class, guys? Yes, we will. We're putting that together, guys. The reason why we have not committed to a date yet is because of the fact that we're kind of willing and dealing right now. We really are. I'm doing a lot of international deals right now, which is pretty good. I'm up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Someone said, "How do I follow Cliff? How do you follow Cliff? Cliff, tell them how they follow you, big dog."
But right now, I'm at REI Cliff, real estate investor Cliff. I'm probably gonna end up changing that tag pretty soon. I haven't been posting as much, but I'm about to start ramping it up here pretty soon. But go to REI Cliff, and you can find me there.
Good stuff, guys. Cliff is a licensed appraiser, active investor, and a general contractor. Okay, that's what he is. I am a private equity investor and a venture capital investor, active real estate investor. We own millions of dollars worth of real estate, not to brag. This is not theory for us. This is how we feed our families. Okay. Now, I got to brag on him on Immaculate Karima on Instagram. Y'all, again, this is what I call hustler. Hustler. She just emailed us over a 112 unit in Oklahoma City. We're gonna look at it. Again, a hustler about that bag, about her business. Okay, she smells opportunity. So what happens is she knows that Cliff and I are actively looking to acquire. Again, you're seeing wholesaling investing in real-time action. We will get it, look at it. If it makes sense, we'll say, let's move forward, ask for additional information. And if it makes sense, we'll close. We get the asset and she gets paid. She had nothing at risk but time. I don't know what else to tell you, Cliff. No one to tell you. So again, this is real life. Anything else you want to say, Cliff?
Nah, man. It's a good week.
Good week, guys, man. Next week, I may take a poll, guys, on next week's Real Estate Live to see in the next masterclass. We'll probably do that in September after I think Labor Day. We'll do something like that as well, a masterclass. Let us know what topics you want us to walk through when it comes in masterclass, so we can actually pinpoint 2 or 3 topics and really go in there, if that makes some sense, guys. But guys, that's all I had for today, man. You know how we ended every single week, guys. Before you leave, and while you can, you see that thing, guys. Take that damn picture and give it to your mom and them, and holler at your partners, guys. See you guys next week. Peace.
God give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Big God, big grace.